Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all the scriptures. He gives me all of my medicine in the room. Come on, sing it, children. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Hey, Lindsay. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all my scripture. He gives me all of my medicine in the room. Y'all come on in the room. I know it's been a while since I did a black church topic, but I had to come on here and talk about this today. Yes, this is coming out of Texas again. I did Texas with Drake yesterday. Today is Texas again. Texas tea on a Tuesday. You know that I get a lot of hey, the baddie. You know that I get a lot of at least I tell you I'm subscribed to a lot of news outlets or news break. CNN, local Houston News, KPRC, KJU's Fox 26, the Young Turks, Al Jazeera English. I even got some alternate news sources. But this one came today around, I think I say around lunchtime. And this is about Pastor Keion Henderson. And this is the thing. About him asking his congregation for money to because of damages to his church months ago, but the fact that the Atlantic Black Star, which is a very good black periodic newspaper, basically came out with what the article is in my description, and for the y'all to read, and they said the word scam, and I was just like, Atlantic Black Star, at least for me, when other articles I read from them, they ain't never go out here willy-nilly and just call somebody some stuff that's sensationalized and not true. But I thought about it for a minute. I said, okay, so let me just give you some backstory. And I think I'm trying to figure out, did I talk about this a couple months ago? Okay, so the second week in July, after Labor Day, we had Hurricane Beryl come through Houston, here, and it touched down on a Sunday. But it had extremely high winds, more than the previous hurricanes. And so they knocked down power lines. So trees fell on power lines, trees fell on houses, trees fell on, I think one lady may have passed away, but tree fell on her house. Well, Pastor Keion Henderson's church is called the Lighthouse Church and Ministries. I didn't know this. It has actually several different locations or campuses, I guess they call it. There are other churches in the area who have one church, but it has several different campuses. The Second Baptist has different campuses. What's that guy? Bishop Evie Hilliard. His church has several different campuses around Houston, and I want to say Austin as well. And so I thought when they said, oh, his church was damaged and they're not able to meet, I thought it was one location. And so everyone said, oh, his churches can't meet, he can't meet. And then next thing I know, it says Lakewood is allowing them to hold their church services over there. So Lakewood is actually the largest church in North America. Lakewood Church used to be the Compact Center. It was basically where the Rockets used to play, where concerts and stuff used to play. And Lakewood used to be all over there off of Lakewood Drive or Lakewood Street on the northeast side, where his Joel Osteen's father, John Osteen, had founded this church. So, but after Pastor John Osteen died, then Joel took over, and then Joel, I guess he got the loan and stuff, and he was able to get the Lakewood church. Now, I've actually been to Lakewood. One of my aunt's friends had invited her to a couple of their senior events, and so when you go in there, because I helped my aunt go in there, they have like the big congregation, like where everyone sits, like you see on TV. But then on the outside, I guess in the hallway, they have like meeting rooms. Okay, and so the meeting room is pretty, big for a sizable. I would say anywhere from like 50 to 60 people probably could fit in one room. So if you like want to have a meeting or something, there's a room. So I can see, I don't know how big one campus congregation is, but there's enough to, get some chairs and him to have service there. So then all of a sudden the newspaper started clarifying, like, oh, not all of the campuses, not all the different church campuses can't meet. It's just one of them. There's one, I think, that was on the northeast side off of 59, Highway 59, which is also Interstate 69. I think that location, there was so much damage. It was like several $1 million of damage, and they can't physically, be in that building. So I'm thinking like, okay, so they have other buildings. So I'm thinking they can go visit the other buildings, or they can go online. That's what some of the churches did when it was like during COVID. But then I saw like, oh, Joel Osteen gonna let them have, I guess a place to come to the church. So I was like, oh, okay, that's actually nice of Joel, because how I feel about Joel about certain things. You gotta, for some reason, Houston gotta like, shame him into like doing Christian things, like the last Texas freeze or whatever hurricane. I talked to him before. You had to shame him into opening the church. This time he did capacity. It was actually, this time I guess he remembered all the flack he got the last time. So this time he didn't wait long. So I don't think he waited at all. But still, Mattress Mac, I'm gonna say, still beat him, because he's consistently has opened up his business. Because on the night of the hurricane, he was telling people like, y'all can come down here to the store of I-45 and between Tillman and Park. That's how his commercials, exactly where he is. I can come down here. You can plug in your devices. You can have somewhere to sleep and cool air. Like, he was doing that before Joel did. This hurricane, the last times before. So I was like, okay, Joel's gonna open up a church to some other little congregation so they can come have their service. Then the next thing I know, I was like, oh, he wants, I guess, he wants each member to give so many thousands of dollars. And I was like, thinking to myself, okay, didn't we all in the Houston area have to deal with the hurricane? Aren't we all, because I know I did, talking to our insurances, see if it covers it, or if you have flood insurance, are people filling out the FEMA? Hey, Sidra Watkins, are they filling out the FEMA application? Like, where are we getting $12,000 for? Or was you saying that so since you're in the building with the Lakewood people, you figure like, oh, maybe some people over here may decide to get some money? Or do you have some high rollers in your church, Pastor Keion Henderson, and they're giving up $12,000? And I'm just like, okay, sir. And it is in the back of my mind, and even after the article with that Atlanta Black Star said, is he scamming his parishioners? And I started thinking about it. I said, what other ministers have I heard this from, asking their members to pay for something? Now, I understand this is their church. They have a meetings place. I guess the insurance not covering it or not covering all of it. But my first question is, was your FEMA application denied, sir? Was it denied? Did you could you not ask Joel for a loan? Did Joel say no? Does your regular insurance on that bill, does it not cover anything? Did you forget to get flood insurance? That's what I was thinking. I don't know about TJ. I mean, TJ probably could. I just can't remember offhand him asking his congregation, like, "Hey, I want y'all all to come in here and give toward it." But I do remember Creflo Dollar. Oh shit! I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm glad I'm in this new car. It's telling me you doing too much. Lord help me. Thank you, Jesus. Got this defensive system in here. Tell me I was too close. Okay. All right. Let me pay attention to the road. All right. So I remember Creflo Dollar was asking folks to help him buy a plane. And then people got on his butt, and then finally he started talking about the plane. But then I heard he got some type of plane. I don't know if he kept the old plane or he got some other plane. I think he was just trying to keep up with Jesse Duplantis, because Jesse Duplantis gets televangelist pretty white. He gets a new plane like every year. And so Jesse Duplantis, and Copeland has a plane. So I feel like, you just kind of keep up with them. And I forget, I think Copeland may have bought Tyler Perry's old plane. But we don't understand why Tyler Perry needs a plane. He produces a lot of movies and TV shows. His studio's in Atlanta, but he has to go to LA, New York, and all these other places. There's award shows and stuff. I'm like, okay. Like the Pope. Actually, I thought the Pope had his own plane, but he actually, I guess one of the airlines, they rent out a plane from them, and then everybody who's going with him has to pay their own ticket. He's in charge of the Catholic Church. 1 billion people in the church. There are congregations and churches all over. He might go to Mexico. He might go to Germany or Spain or UK. He's gonna go somewhere. He's gonna give a service. He's gonna meet with the other, the leaders and stuff. Like the Catholic Church really do got a lot of campuses or parishes, you could say. So I understand. He needs a plane. The baddie, I am kind of offended. This Pope is actually doing, compared to the previous one, is doing a whole lot to actually protect children in the Catholic Church, and also to ensure to stop the previous practices, and also to be more inclusive of single mothers and also LGBTQ people. So, but now it's like the other churches are now the Second Baptist Church, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Church of Scientology. All their scandals now is like coming to fruition. So it's just not the Catholic churches. And then Kojic is definitely, they got a whole fund that they have to pay out from every year because somebody in their church is touching children. Okay, I accept your apology. Didn't know he was removed. Yeah, the last Pope, Pope Benedict resigned, and then because Pope Benedict replaced Pope John Paul II, and Pope John Paul II died, and then Pope Benedict was like, I just resign. And then Pope Francis became the new Pope, so he's still the current Pope. But he's getting up there in age. I thought he was still in his 70s, but I think he's knocking on 80. He's been having some difficulty with walking. And I wanted to say he was kind of like the youngest Pope for a really long time. I want to say, was he 70 when he got the job? Because Benedict was already in his 80s or like late 70s. But he was very old school. Like when the accusations about the children came out, he refused to believe it because he was like, I guess because he was just an old school. I came from an Israelite. Hold on. It came from an Israelite church, same as Tales from the Cult. Oh, okay. And see, I also did. I watched some of Tales from the Cult, her videos, and I came. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh, I did a video series on a church from Des Moines, Iowa. They are, I guess you could say, a non-denominational church, or I forget what affiliation they got, but he runs that church like a cult. He runs it like a cult. He's the one that was 60-something years old. He married a 19-year-old girl, and basically her daddy like forced her to marry that man. That's his third wife. And like, if you leave the church, you're not even supposed to associate with your family. It's also they do that in the Church of Scientology and the Jehovah's Witnesses. If you choose to leave your family, if they're still in the church or the congregation, you're not supposed to associate with them. And I'm thinking like, what? So her mama divorced the dad, and I guess the mom and I think another sister left, but the dad stayed in the church. The dad is the church musician, and the girl used to attend the church's charter school. Guess who was the principal? Her damn husband was. And I'm like, wait a minute now. You were supposed to be over there principaling, and I guess a year after this girl graduated, you over there getting married to it. Like, something ain't right. But let's get, yeah. Now I have problems with control. Yeah, exactly, controlling people. You think like, oh, they're Christians, they're heart in the right place, but they over there manipulating the Bible and Jesus' teachings to get what they want. But and so I'm just like, I don't want to say Pastor Keion Henderson is doing that, but I'm like, sir, you want $12,000 or is it $21,000 to help you fix up this church? Like, so Joe said no, your FEMA application got denied. You ain't trying to have no like marathon. You know how they used to have Jerry's Kids, and they used to have the UNCF, and they had entertainment coming, and then people pledge. Even KTSU here, you can become a member of the channel. They have like marathons and pledge drives. I'm like, you can't do one of those. Like, you asking a lot. Everybody in Houston has been affected by this. So you asking for this money. Matter of fact, isn't your first lady? Don't she got some money from them alimony payments from Shaq? How many kids she have for them? She didn't keep some of that money. And by the way, don't she still do the Real Housewives and all that kind of stuff? Basketball wise, she ain't getting no residual money. First lady ain't got no residual money from them to help you out. And then I saw somewhere he's supposed to have some book out now. I'm like, sir, is the book sales not selling? Like, what? Why are you asking for this amount of money? Did you go to the bank? What did the bank say? The bank say, oh, you need to get some of your money from your parishioners, and then we'll give you the rest. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, sir, you asking for a lot. And then this is the thing. There are people who give tithes and offerings to the church. There are a lot of smaller churches that have had building funds. And I've actually been to some churches where eventually they did get a new building, and they need a new building. The building was like decades old. They need a new building. But then there's other cases where you see a building fund and you see the pastor got a new car. Or the first lady got a new car. You're like, okay, I thought we was on the building fund. So I'm just like, are y'all not, who's y'all PR person? Are y'all not spending this correctly? Maybe it's a lot more, maybe you're not scamming, but whoever is like in charge of the communications department, they're not helping. Shawty ain't got none of them basketball wife friends. She can't call up Shaq one good time and say, hey Shaq, I don't mean to ask you this, but can you help the church? Like, this is the thing. Don't celebrities give money to charities? Churches are charitable organizations. When I started going to the Catholic Church, every year they would send me a statement on how much I gave them so that I can put it on my taxes. I ain't never knew nothing about that before. I was like, they gonna let me put this on my tax? The money I gave them? Seriously? They gonna let me? Like, I know somebody need a tax write-off, something. Like, that's what I'm saying. I got questions. Was your application denied? Because I think I did see someone say something about the FEMA funds were being delayed. Is it delayed for you too? Are you only getting $750, or can you get more than that because you're a church or your organization? Like, did Joel say no? Did you ask Joel, like, hey, do you need another associate pastor of your church? Because he actually has another associate pastor of his church that does a Spanish service. Like, do the organizations do FEMA, or is it just people? I just got so many questions. Like, you out here really asking for five digit numbers of like, come on. Because there was a number of schools that were damaged before school started. Like, who's your financial planner? We live in Texas. And to be honest, I need to look at get myself some flood insurance. I guess what I found out when I went and did the FEMA application, it has a record of all the times that I applied to FEMA. Do you know this is my third natural disaster? It had Hurricane Ike. That was 2008. That year, that wind knocked down everything. My family was without lights for I think maybe a day, but we had no cable and our phone didn't work. And so I had a lot of time I had to go get DVDs so that my aunt and uncle would have something to watch. They had to bring in people to put everything back up. And then the next one was it Hurricane Harvey? Hurricane Harvey. I think that was 2015, 16. I forget. It was like, I know that all the years, they were all like 8 years apart. And then now it's Hurricane Beryl. Hurricane Harvey, it was mostly water damage. And they really, the worst places they got it wasn't even the poor neighborhood. Like, the poor neighborhoods are, because the old school neighborhood, they were going to get affected. But the ones who got it the worst was the ones on the west side and the suburbs. Oh, thank you, the Betty. And this time, it was just, I guess this last hurricane was just equal opportunity. It was like everybody didn't have lights. And then, unfortunately, though, depending on your neighborhood, is whether or not when you got lights. Mine was 4 days. Some people was a week. Some people was 10, 14. Because because in Harris County, you got the city of Houston and you got all the suburbs around it. So it's just like, yeah. So I'm just looking at him like, sorry, I don't want to call you a scammer, but this is not a good look for you. Yeah, that's what when I filled out my application, I said, Lost all the food in my refrigerator because I had to toss out everything. And then I said, oh, I was affected because I was also affected because I was out lights because I have a medical device that I needed electricity for. So yeah, I'm just like, you over here. They even help with TSA, hotel, and yeah, because on the form it said, "Do you need help? Are you still in need of help?" Did it? Because he even asked me like, "Oh, what about your house or your domicile? Are you still able to live there or not?" And I said, "Well, I'm in my house. Like I still live there, but I know some people out there they probably not in their homes." And I'm just like, "Sir, you." Can't you not go? I mean, Bishop Whitehead, he's a big old scammer anyway. He's in jail. But in a little bitty church he had, he was still having service. So you just tell me you can't, and he was streaming it on Facebook. And I'm like, you can't do that. Joe's giving you a little space right there. Y'all can't do that. You asking for 12,000. You have several different campuses. How many people is missing the service on the northeast side? Like, Oh, okay. No, this is good information because there might be someone else out here who needs this information. Yeah, but I'm just looking at him like, come on now. Drake is in Houston. Outside of Houston, call him. He probably needs something to make him look good. I'm just saying. Let him church. I'm just saying. You asking for congregation to give that amount of money? You might as well be asking for a plane, like Creflo Dollar was asking his congregation. Come on now. I can see like, okay, yeah, his church is a need, but come on. Okay. There's the article that y'all can read the rest of it. And I really think the title that they did, the Let It Black Star, was so shady. Because they didn't say Pastor Keion Henderson, they say Shawnee's husband, Pastor Keion Henderson. I'm like, well, she is known for basketball wise, so 6,000 from Churchman's after Hurricane Beryl. And I'm like, okay, sir. Maybe I just need to go pray on it. Or they gonna need to pray on it. Like, Lord, give me the discernment. Am I supposed to give this man some money? No, people need to look around their own homes and people in their own community and see who needs help. Just, I don't know now. I'm just so. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. If I get any more updates about this, I'll come back. Thank y'all so much for listening to me on my way home. This is my second day of school. It actually started raining. Got a little PTSD. It started raining to start at the school. Now the sun back out. I'm like, this is Texas weather. You just blink and the weather gonna change. It's gonna change. Thank you, Lindsay, the baddie, Sidra Watkins. Who else is in the chat? Great video. I saw someone else. Okay. If I miss anyone, please blame on my head, not my heart. Have a good rest of y'all evening. I'll probably be in someone's comments later. I know last night I went to shout out to Stormy Seas today because I went to go see Miss Cat Medusa on her backup channel. It's called Miss Cat Hoodie. What happened to my whatchamacallit? Why is it doing that? What is going on, y'all? Why is my thing backwards? Maybe Alexa, because I'm supposed to get off here now. All right. Doing some weird stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want to be a supporter the LMSYT LMSYT Transcript channel. There's my Cash App right there. That's the same. Also the same letters for my PayPal. For Zelle is kdiva703@gmail.com. I'm trying to think who's going live tonight. If I do get it, because I'm notified on a lot of different stuff, I would definitely you can always check my community wall, either for Black Church, because there's other content creators who cover Black Church, some who cover other scammers in different communities. There's like people in the Black tea. Well, I guess I don't know. Is he Black tea? Hassan Campbell. He's just. Check out my friend Ramil Mott. I have a couple people who do Umar Johnson content. He really is having a perpetual building fund. He has had them buildings for 5 years. They don't look like they finna do anything. So I know Danny Robinson. I think I shared a video early this morning. I need to go back to watch the replay. I think because I went to bed early. I took a long nap yesterday, and I woke up and watched Miss Cat Medusa. I shared her video from last night. And then I shared the Lituation Network. Y'all know Jag, lawyer. Shout out to Danny Robinson. And she also reported this too. Jag's most recent lawyer is like, don't want her no more. And I'm just like, and this is the thing. Last year, it was reported to me that the previous lawyer she had, that they were quitting too. And I'm just like, ma'am, how come you can't act right to keep someone there to defend you in court? Like, ooh, have mercy. I really wanted to do, I just gotta find a time. I really want to do to highlight the Black women who won a lot of medals during this past Olympics. I read an article that said there was 40 Black women from around the world who won at the Olympics this summer. And I know a lot of them from the United States was winning. There was a little bit of controversy with Jordan Childs. And she went on a run. They tied her. This last one was real life. They had a hookup at the law firm that was trying to help her. This last time, this very last time they did that. Wow. Some of the Houston-based athletes, they came home yesterday, and they had a welcome for them at the airport. I know it's like Simone Biles is from this area. There was another guy, I think he's a track star. He's from here. But there's also, did y'all know breakdancing was a category this past year? And I need to go figure out who won, because they've been showing some people who were like competing with the breakdancing, and I'm trying to figure out, how did you get picked for your country's team? And who were the judges? Oh, about a month ago. Okay. All right. Thank you for the update. So I'm just like, because when I saw, I'm like, oh, Lord, no. So, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. For to go ahead, check on boy. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.